now there's like a video game playing on my screen. Nobody really knows what's going on. All right. Well, it says play again.
You can do it.
Everything's fine on
Completely
YouTube.
sober.
Now.
Hey, little man. If anybody asks a question, just come over here and tell me. That's right.
Oh, look at that. Boom, we got a runner.
Great.
Runner.
Runner. All right, we've reached the E of the pace plan.
We're now at like pieces.
So hey, thanks for joining our producer Muffin Fingers. He's trying to get the ultimate sacrifice their feet up so that we can stream what Kyle's doing. Currently, Kyle is on the Maddox mile. So
You know what? Let's take a minute and talk about what Kyle's doing. How about that? Like,
right.
we'll talk about the fact that we're sitting next to an entire display of Sergeant Anthony Maddox and his stuff is crazy. Like, so just in case you don't know, Sergeant Anthony Maddox was with Kyle in Afghanistan. He died when a fuel point was attacked. The fuel point exploded. Sergeant Maddox had third-degree burns over like 99% of your body, or his body, and then he died a few days later in Germany of his wounds. But
You can either live with it as a negative for the rest of your life, or you can use that fuel to do something positive. And I think everyone here, everyone involved in this organization, all the guys coming out today, they're gonna.
That's cool.
Hang out, wait for them to get here. But this is all for that matter. So when you text Warrior to 801-801, that money is going to benefit Gold Star families, first responders.
It's
Yeah, well, we keep saying, people keep saying, it brings awareness to veterans and Gold Star families, and that's the thing. Not only
incredibly hard work and incredibly time consuming, it's obviously incredibly rewarding.
Awareness to something that a lot of people are aware of. They're also sending to veterans or Gold Star families or active duty.
Exactly what we're trying to do, and this is.
I know everyone is aware of the ultimate goal of the Warrior Ride, and the fact that we're trying to spread awareness and be advocates for the elevated rates of suicidal ideation and post-traumatic stress within the veteran communities. And we planned on, after the Warrior Ride was concluded, on sending struggling veterans to treatment programs through SOBA to help with addiction and behavioral health issues. And I'm not going to share any personal information, but that the plan was to begin doing that after the ride was over. But we've already started doing that. We have a soldier that we're working with right now, active duty soldier, to get him the help that he needs and deserves. Because just the system that's in place right now, it's not doing it for him. So we're gonna
100%. This right now is going towards every single program. And we have.
Yeah, if you
Get the team together.
All right, that's it. The connection is too unstable to stream.
I'm gig now.
But
But I mean, it kind of is our full-time gig. We're just,
yeah, it's definitely a full-time job.
not getting paid. We're just, for things like this.
Okay. So they are in Bloomington, Illinois, which I haven't seen this much green in a long time, being from El Paso. So it's
from El Paso, which is Spanish for the desert.
Desert. Yeah, I believe it's French. French Canadians. They named it. Yeah.
The Huron Indians, they came down and they were just like,
It's way too hot here.
El Paso, just Huronic and hot.
But hey, like I said, those of you who don't know what the fifth principle of patrolling is, please go check it out on YouTube and all that good stuff. We talk about stuff that doesn't make sense, right? So one thing we were discussing, and this will make the Lynn Clarks of the world happy that we discussed this, and maybe they can Show Punch Mondays, another great show that we have. But why is the baby formula shortage a problem?
I mean, because
I need somebody to come make sense of that today.
well, I mean, there's a medical problem for certain people that can't produce, which is acceptable.
Right.
And then there are people that have an issue making enough, so they have to supplement with formula. But then there are people that just don't want. Every now and then, you know what I mean? Depends on the mood.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if there's a, it's kind of like what we were talking about, like you get the vaccine or the flu shot or any of that other stuff. Like, if you don't have to have it and you're doing it, you're taking a resource away from people that do have to have it and can't produce it. So if you can, don't buy formula.
Right.
Pump your own. You make milk, and it's good. Milk. I mean, I don't know. I haven't spent a long time since I had it.
I'm sure it has.
You know, it's been quite a while.
I know
Since
you
I had
Love from the Bloomington normal community. We appreciate that.
I feel like if you can make your own, give the baby that milk, and then let people that can't make their own or are having issues with the milk that they're making have the formula. And also, we're supposed to trust Bill Gates. He invented some formula. You work with computers, dude.
Yeah.
Now you're inventing formula? I don't get it.
Right.
How many ones and zeros are in that?
But before
that
we
formula?
before we get into the conspiracy of it, here's the lot studies of women, and we're talking about women from like 10 years ago when we knew what women were, right?
Right.
So breast milk.
I've got nipples, Mark.
The highest number was 5% of
Right.
all the studies. So let's just go with that. That's solid rock truth.
Okay.
That means 5% of women who have given birth cannot produce milk.
Right.
So why is the baby
Now,
formula shortage
to
a
devil's
problem?
advocate. I'll be devil's advocate on this version of the fifth principle patrolling. Here we go. Devil's advocate. There are also people who have trouble getting their baby to latch, or they have like there are other issues. But even if that's the case, and even if for some reason pumping is not available, or you just can't pump for whatever reason.
There should be.
I don't know if there's a study, but I would say that number is probably only at 15 or 20%, even if you were to add all of those together, which means that 80% of people that are using formula could in fact use their own natural breast milk.
Right. So that's what doesn't make sense to me. I need a doctor or a woman to come out. Why is it a crisis? Like pump your own milk. Right now, if it is a crisis, it's a very fixable one.
Not
For
only
most of the
only
women.
does pumping your own milk help the crisis, it's free.
Yeah. But you brought up a good point with the vaccine because when the CDC classified people, so you're either level 1 alpha, level 1 Bravo, level 2. Level 2 means COVID's most likely not going to kill you whatsoever.
Yeah.
So when the vaccines were coming out, they were like, only get it if you're in this level. I know for a fact people were lying to get the vaccine.
Correct.
And it's like, you care so much about life
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're going to take a dose away from somebody who will actually die from it.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. It's like people that go get the flu shot and they're 28 years old and in great health and this, that, and the other, and they just go get the flu shot. And if there's a flu shot shortage, like old people and young people, those are the people that die from the flu. You don't have a underlying condition that can, like, just chill out, take the flu. You'll be alright.
I think the flu was over 1,000. In 2017, contributed to 1,000 children dying.
Right.
In America.
Yeah.
And we didn't wear masks. We shut schools down.
No.
Like, literally killed kids.
Yeah.
COVID didn't kill kids. Just straight up.
Well, that's a whole different discussion. Then you go into the, there are also talks right now about one of the reasons for the formula like shortage is because women that got a vaccine are having they're breastfeeding, they're doing the right things, and the babies aren't flourishing. The breast milk is discolored. There's all of these other issues that they're having with breastfeeding, so now they need formula because they're in that what we're calling the 5 to 20%, but now that percentage has grown because they were forced to become part of an experiment.
Right.
Yeah.
So the study is out there. Millions of people have taken it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, we're not saying that we don't think you should have formula or that you shouldn't have
Guys are
the
coming
right
down the
to
road.
not pump if you don't want.
Both of
But
them.
it's
I
not a
can't tell you.
Thanks,
crisis.
buddy.
Yeah, both.
They're coming down the road. I've got the live feed up. If you guys want to
Yeah,
watch
I
and
can
comment
see
their live feed,
Yeah.
it's going now.
Okay.
Okay,
And it's pushed out to everybody.
perfect. Thanks, Chris. Hey, Chris worked through a lot of stuff there, but we pay him, so we can't thank him too much.
Yeah.
Right, so-
plus that's his job.
Right, it's
Like
your
it's
job.
your profession.
Yeah.
We should also have some muffins.
And that's another thing.
Where is our basket of
Yeah,
muffins?
it was in the contract.
He had
Yeah.
chocolates last
It
night.
was in the contract that you were supposed to bring muffins.
Brought
Not
chocolates
chocolate.
instead.
Chocolate was for Joe. All right, we
Some
wanted
of them.
muffins. We wanted a big cake.
Chocolate. Why would I want chocolate? You're a baker, not a chocolatier.
So you think.
No.
No. No.
But anyways,
Go
hey
to
guys,
Europe.
text Warrior 801-801.
Yeah,
All
they're
right,
pulling
please donate a
Yeah.
penny a mile. That's-
Dude, a penny a mile. They're going 3,700 miles. $1 a mile is a lot. I
I'm
got
not
it.
asking that.
But a penny a mile?
Penny.
That's $37.
Yeah, everybody in the veteran trash talk and Gruntworks community shares $37. We're home.
Oh yeah.
We're able to send
we're-
probably more than 2 warriors a month. to
Well,
Soba
either we're
for
sending
responders.
2 to Soba, right? Or we're sending people to
All over.
Soba for the next war,
Yeah.
for our generation of warriors and for people that came after. Not to mention, they're not talking about excluding Vietnam vets who have gone for 70 years without getting any actual treatment for the same exact stuff that we have going on.
Right.
It's a fairly inclusive group that's allowing a lot of people to go get help. I don't. To me, I can't fathom why a person, especially a veteran, wouldn't want to be a part of giving to people that are legitimately giving back. You would
I'd
rather.
22 push-ups.
Yeah, I'd rather do 22 push-ups. Dude, 22 push-ups. That's not even passing a PT test, guys.
Well, it is now.
Maybe.
I think you got to do 10
Yeah.
hand release ones, so it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like CrossFit.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Those hand release push-ups will get you.
Yeah,
They'll get you. Like, I'm gonna do 82 of these. Nope.
No more of those.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, hey guys, please help out. Text. We're here to honor Sergeant Anthony Maddox today. His family will be here. Money's gonna go to Gold Star families. Again, for those of you watching who don't know what that is, those are families who lost a loved one in service, and we got to do the best we can to help. And that's what we're doing now. Our community is built to support each other.
Yeah. P.S. That we're not just asking for money, and we haven't done or given anything. I donated $70. That's a little bit. It's almost twice what we're saying that you should order, or you should give. But it blows my mind when I see veterans that are like, we need support. We need to fucking support yourself.
Yeah.
Let's support ourselves. We supported ourselves while we were there. Why not support ourselves now? And there's a whole lot more of us that have been there that can support all of us. We can do this, and then you're a veteran. 3 other people. Talk to them. Have them support a cause. Then that's how communities grow. That's how foundations grow, and that's how we help each other, and we send people to go get help because we've already got a background. We've already got all of the things that make this country a great place to be. But we're only as good as the guys that we leave behind. So if we're okay with us doing fine, and then allowing the guy that like Kyle, the guy pulled his buddy, his brother out of a flaming fuel point. He had to listen to all of the aftermath of that, and then, to be honest, I feel like the Army as a whole failed him as a kid. Like, oh, you're fucked up when you come back from deployment. You just heard, watched, listened, and smelled, your bro burned to death in a fire. Well, you can't just knock it off. You can't just keep it moving. So we're gonna just keep moving without you. We're good. You go do your own thing.
Right, and we can blame the Army because you're right. But
They have a mission.
what we always say is, with veteran trash talk in our community, is yes, we can assess blame on the VA, we can assess blame on the government,
Right.
but that's not going to do anything.
No, the reality is that's already happened.
Right.
So now we do have to move past it, and then we fix it ourselves. Like we fixed shit when we were in the military. Let's fix it. Like when we're.
Do you know how much politics would shift if they realized we didn't need the money from the government to help veterans? Like we just became a community and did it ourselves.
I mean, that was kind of the point at the beginning of this entire endeavor. Like, is that veterans will take care of themselves.
Well, it looks like we have some other people coming in. And of course, the CEO and founder of the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation, Mike Dooney, just walked in.
Yeah. And he has a wonderful high and tight.
High and tight.
The highest of tights.
Mike Dooney's hair screams parade.
I think Mike still charters an aircraft back to Fort Bragg to go get a haircut.
I think he does.
He has to.
He goes to Lee's off of Riley.
There's no probably.
He goes to
There's
Lee's
no
off of
way.
Riley, probably gets a little
There's
massage.
no way he doesn't sit down and say, "Platoon sergeant, enough said. Got that cut for you, dog."
Do you think anybody questions a plan with a haircut like that?
Oh, no.
Sergeant.
With that haircut and a knife hand, you can rule the world.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think it was going to be that great.
Oh, but it's just salt, a little some salt,
Yeah.
pepper.
You have to have that salt and pepper, otherwise nobody will succeed. So he's got that high and tight.
Yeah.
He's got the salt and pepper.
Right.
And it's going. So, again, text Warrior 801-801. Remember, the veteran community is the answer. You might be the answer tomorrow. Yeah, I'm pointing at you. Right? You might be the answer tomorrow. You might not be the answer for 2 years. But you might be the answer. So, audio's still super quiet. Well, Dave, fix it.
Yeah. Turn your computer
speaker up. It's
Yeah.
not our fault, Dave.
Text Chris.
Yeah,
Text
text
me.
Chris. Don't text us.
Yeah.
Say, Chris, you
But
suck.
we talked about it a little bit earlier, and Sergeant Maddox dying is a tragedy, and I've personally never met his family. I've seen some reports and heard them on interviews, and they sound like absolutely amazing people, amazing parents. But I don't know. I go back to like the way that it happened, the way that Kyle was kind of, I mean, for lack of a better term, cut loose. But then he decided to do something about it, and he's in Houston, Texas. He lived in New Hampshire and just got on a bicycle. He didn't have a chase crew. He didn't have anything. He just sent it. Literally just sent it. And then he rode his bike. Ended up getting on a BMX bike for a little bit. Like, he's getting chased by people through the woods every now and then. Like, and he made it there. And that's how this whole thing started. The fact that, mean, we're not going to talk about. Well, I guess we're going to talk about it a little bit. The fact that the Army would cut a guy loose that was so committed that he would ride a bicycle 3,700 miles is insane to me.
Yeah, we don't want those guys.
We don't want that kind of person. Yeah, that's it. But the fact that that's a thing, but also, like, we're at the part where he's putting the, I guess, the skin in the game, doing, trying to help, trying to send people to rehab, trying to do all this stuff. If you're, you know what? I'll say it. If you're not donating, you're a bad person. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're watching right now and you don't have the ability to donate, that's fine. But share it. Share the video.
Yeah,
Like,
share.
share
That's
it.
all you gotta do.
Press the share button.
Because I guarantee you'll find somebody. And the fact is,
we're doing this live stuff together, so I don't think we need that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick that up, so I gotta unplug it. So it's definitely gonna get feedback. Yeah.
you're the person
You're
that's
the
supposed to
audio
tell me to
guy.
unplug it first. Like, that's
So,
your
yeah,
job.
that was
That's
what you
entirely
paid for.
your job.
That's minus $10.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, it's common sense
Yeah.
to unplug it.
Technology
We
all
talked
the
about
time.
that in the fifth principle.
That's common
So
sense.
the reason why Rangers fail the fifth principle is because we teach them. All right?
Yeah.
We teach them
But you
what
both
they're
have your
supposed
path,
to do.
right?
Yeah.
Instructed.
So
Yeah,
we-
yeah. 99% of being
That's for
smart,
Rangers.
Christopher, is knowing what you're dumb at.
Right? So,
And having people around you that tell you
Yeah.
what you're dumb at and how to do the things that you're dumb at.
I mean, we
Be a
love
guy,
that, but people are starting to show up.
Donate 2 or 3, or if you're a baller, $1 a mile
Yeah.
to the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, people are starting to come in, and again, it's never forgotten. We don't just say it. Okay, those of you watching, civilians that want to help support, we love you. That's why we have you. All right, we have you in our community because we want you to give you. That sounds like a lot of money. It's not. It's not. And
Yeah.
especially when they have kids.
You know
And-
what? And the money's one thing, but as a young soldier, it was whatever. You know what I mean? But like, especially as I started having kids, to be able to look at a parent in the eye, or kids that have lost, because and expect that the manager at Walmart is going to take care. You're taking possession, giving you the most important thing and then when you don't get to return that, and you don't get to return it in the shape that it was when you got it, like, I can't imagine being a parent and having to deal with all of the aftermath of, because all of the reasons that you go into the military, doesn't matter they're all really good reasons. You ask anybody, and it doesn't matter what they are, whether they were bored or whether they were like did it for my country or the college, or they legitimately my hero. But we break down. We boys know about killing. Well, I know about killing, don't cover no book. But to be able to empathize with first the parents, but then as you grow in your life, you realize that there are all of these other people connected to what we're doing for a living. So there's kids that are involved. There are wives, mothers. There are husbands that are involved with every one of these names. It's not just a name. It's an entire community that is affected and involved with those people. And that whole community, after that person dies, is affected and is going. And that help isn't free. Even if you are the greatest philanthropist ever, and you can't afford to, doesn't mean that you don't need money.
Yeah, you still gotta make money.
It doesn't mean you don't get to eat. It means you don't get to go out and buy a freaking $6 million house.
You said one of my buzzwords, which is empathy.
Yeah.
Right? And I get a buzzword because it's people will want to say they know the definition of it, but the difference between empathy and sympathy
It's
is
the S.
yeah. That's true. Right? Buddy wins today.
Common sense, guys.
Common sense, guys. But
Yeah.
empathy leads to action. So if you're gonna, if you want to say you empathize or you try to empathize with somebody, if it doesn't lead to action, then it's just sympathy. Right? And that's my humble opinion, which is usually right. Trash talkers can tell me if I'm wrong. But, or gruntworks. So again, Kyle feels for his fallen, obviously he's attached to his fallen brothers, as we are too. But he empathizes with the families.
First of all, he's attached to them, and has taken has such an attachment to him that he's willing to leave his wife and 3 kids right now for however long it takes to pedal a bicycle across, not just straight line, diagonally across the United States.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it spurs action. So he is creating action, and now that's what we're trying to do. All right, so all the posts you make, all of the shirts that you wear, and the people who complain about, where's our money going for our shirts, go buy the damn shirts. Okay, our shirts cost just as much as what we're asking to donate. All right, so to give the $37 to the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation, the Warrior Ride. All right, it's on the screen, you can see it. All right. So that we can help out Gold Star families, first responders, all that stuff. But the crew's all starting to get here. All right, we got no bulge in his pants. Colin just showed up.
Yeah, but he does have a nice jacket.
Like he does
a sweet jacket.
So really tight pants, and there's no bulge.
And he has the "I used to be an officer" beard. It's like super trimmed up. Like he gets his beard cut every week, just to keep it trimmed up real nice and sturdy.
He could be the poster board.
Let me jump out of
yeah.
Colin. Whoa, good God.
Buddy's been drinking.
Too many. Look at me.
Yeah. You're in the middle. Couple chairs.
My man.
All right, so here we got Colin. You saw him last time in Boston, and again, he's still wearing the same pants.
Same pants.
Same exact pants.
A little bit tighter. I think we gained some weight, so they're even tighter than last time.
So we were having some technical difficulties streaming the Maddox Mile.
Okay.
Can you explain that a little bit to what they were doing on the Maddox Mile, why it's called that?
Yep, absolutely. So there's a portion of I-55 that runs north and south of the state of Illinois. Exits 171 to 169 were named after Sergeant Anthony Maddox. So Sergeant Maddox was killed in 2013 in Afghanistan. He's a hometown hero. His family resides in the Bloomington, Normal area. And the local VFW Post 454 was instrumental in getting the state of Illinois to designate that portion of the highway and name it after Sergeant Anthony Maddox. So our initial plan was to actually, when Kyle approaches, exit 171, which would begin the stretch of highway named after Anthony, would be to ride down I-55. I got a random phone call from the Illinois State Police last week, which I was like, hey man, I'm across state lines, but I haven't done anything wrong yet. So he's like, hey, we hear what you're gonna do, it's freaking awesome, but safety reasons, we can't ride down that specific stretch. So we, real quick audible, real quick frago, and we rode down a road that parallels I-55. We called it the Maddox Mile because the stretch of highway was named after Anthony. Kyle, myself, Mike, JC, a lot of the guys from the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation were there that day when Maddox was killed, and that is actually the catalyst, one of the primary catalysts for the formation of our organization. So we felt like to honor Anthony, to honor his family, we would do an escorted ride. We had fire department out there, we had the normal police department out there, we had a local military veteran motorcycle club out there, all sorts of family members, news crews, probably a 40 to 50 car convoy. So it was an awesome experience.
You know Anthony Maddox's family.
I do.
Can you talk about because this isn't the only thing that they do.
No,
they do a ton.
Yeah.
For Gold Star families and for the veteran community, especially here in
Yeah.
Can you talk about a little bit about them?
Absolutely.
And what they do?
So Francis and Jerome, Anthony's parents, are like two of the most loving, freaking awesome people that I've ever had the chance to work with. I actually remember meeting Francis when she came back to Fort Drum after we got back on our deployment. That was actually a much more interesting conversation. But here in this local community, they're intricately involved with some Gold Star family organizations here. They do advocacy stuff to kind of get legislation that can benefit Gold Star families.
They can build houses.
Yeah, they also tie into Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah,
and they're building homes for homeless veterans in the local area, tied into Habitat for Humanity, and they name it, in honor of humanity. So all sorts of stuff. They work with the local VFW, and the American Legion, and also AMVETS from the state of Illinois. They're tied into all these different organizations. They benefit all these folks, and they're absolutely intricately involved in things that benefit the same target communities that belong with. Pretty cool stuff.
No, that's really awesome. And I always make the joke on the show about Illinois, how I hate it.
Okay.
This is not like anything. They're kind of like the Kurds and the Turks.
Yeah. Just buy birds. You got beef on day one, right? Gotcha.
No chance. But no, I like Illinois right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
We got some love.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everybody's got going on here. If you can make it, if you're anywhere near Wilmington, please come out.
Yeah.
Stop by.
Come on in.
Share it. And we're at the DC restaurant.
Medici, yep.
Medici,
Downtown Normal.
So it's a phenomenal place. And
We actually have a lot of the guys from 10th Round coming out. I see my old RTO. He used to carry my freaking ASIP radio everywhere. He probably hates me. But he's here for the event to support Anthony. Like, yeah, he has, you know how close you get to RTO. He knows some shit. He knows some shit.
He's like, yeah, that piece of shit.
exactly. Waiting for this to come on.
You know what? Let's all face it. Everybody knows that the RTO was he was like worse than the 240 team because like during the mission he was humping and like it sucked. But then when like everybody was pulling security, it was like, where's the RTO? Yeah.
Well, who wants to carry an ASIP and 9 extra batteries? You know what I'm saying?
Somebody who doesn't know how to talk to a platoon sergeant about a crossload. That's who it is. I got the ASIP and 2 radio batteries. I need to crossload these. Here's 100 rounds and some batteries. Yeah.
But again, a lot of people want to see like proof. They believe with their eyes. So again, this is an example of veterans helping veterans. This is an example of us not worrying about what the government's doing because, again, it doesn't matter to put blame on them.
Yeah.
We can, it's easy.
That's really
but it doesn't lead to action, right? And so, like I always say, if you want to put pressure on politicians, make it look like they don't mean it.
Yeah, exactly right.
And then they're going to step in and start coming in.
Yeah.
I just lost the whole voting day.
I need a job.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you can donate,
There have been entire presidencies ruined by not paying attention to the veteran community. Yeah. So if you make a loud enough noise, or you just support yourself enough that you don't use the systems that they're budgeting money for, they're going to change. They have to. Yeah.
Or it's
just
like
common sense.
you get essentially they get audited, and money dries up, and the organization dies. But I mean, like I said, you don't want to veterans helping veterans. You don't want to blame the powers that be because it is what it is. But you fill the void yourself. I'm not going to be able to talk about any kind of private personal information, but we have an active duty soldier right now who, and the cool thing is we didn't plan on getting into this until after the warrior line. But right now, starting in the next week or two, we have an active duty soldier who has some behavioral health and addiction issues, reached out to us, and we're right now coordinating with his command to see whether he can take leave to go, or if he has to tell we're putting him through our behavioral health and addiction. Is that for SOBA? Yep, for SOBA. So, and that's there was a administrative issue where the organizations that currently exist in the United States Army weren't able to address this guy's issues properly. There's a gap there, and we're going to fill that gap. So don't blame the Army, don't blame the government, just fill the gap. I mean, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and like I said, we keep beating the drum because we're going to do this all the way out to June, right? And it's going to keep going. It's going to stop. The bike ride's going to stop. The mission doesn't stop. Right? So once Kyle touches the Pacific and Coronado, California, which will be June, right? The bike ride. The mission's done. Right? It doesn't stop what we're trying to do. And like the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation and many other nonprofits that we have on the veteran trench, it's like there's an entire community willing to help.
Yeah.
Right? Who wants to put the program together? Who wants to come say, hey, you guys have done this before, can you help us with this?
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? They're probably going to say yes, right?
Yeah.
So Joe just got me a drink. Joe's on now. Trigger Joe's here. He's on the payroll.
Now it's time for you to
Yeah, so Joe can
Now you do your stuff. Just walk right in front.
Should I just say hello?
Walk right in front.
Hey, I get really weird on live events, so I'm gonna go.
My name is Trigger Joe. I'm Trigger, and I'm Joe.
Is there a what's the history behind the name? Story behind
All right. Well, so again.
Oh, you must not watch any of the shows.
If you've read the Book of Earl, which is the most important scripture you'll ever read. Alright, like the Bible says in the beginning, right? The first verse. The first verse of the Book of Earl is quit being a triggered pants. Alright, because I think we don't have to describe the beginning for the most important scripture. It's to describe you being a douchebag.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody gets triggered.
Just how you react to being
Exactly right.
Okay.
And then the Army in resiliency training calls that action, thought, consequence, the ATC, right? So we're simply just making it in infantry terms of quit being triggered.
Yeah.
Right?
Control your
We understand you're upset. So
Yeah.
now you're doing something. Do something positive.
Yeah, exactly.
So we call Trigger Joe because he is the easiest person in our family to trigger.
Okay.
By far.
Gotcha.
You think it's me?
Maybe?
I mean, I get triggered.
We all get triggered.
Every now and then.
But he flies off the handle.
Okay, so that's what it is.
It's like
Yeah. Everyone's got their own. Yeah.
Like he was doing a show. He was doing a show from a UFC show. He was doing it. He was moving houses. So he doesn't have a wall. So he's got this pegboard wall on. He doesn't start making fun of the peg. And I spent the last 3 shows making fun of the baby face.
Yeah.
So he doesn't. He forgets that.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 was making fun.
But now he was his turn.
And I made fun of him for about 5 minutes. And I got like a poem off of it. Text message. About how uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why we call him Trigger Joe. And again, you can't give yourself your nicknames.
No, you can't. You have to earn it.
Unless your name's Lawrence. Then you can call yourself
Yeah. Or Beck.
Rebecca.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah.
I have a lot of aliases. On purpose.
Did you purposely? Someone that we're gonna call him Buddy.
No, my dad actually.
They're the same
goes
pants,
by
Adam.
Buddy.
They're the same pants,
And
Adam.
I got you.
Adam,
And then I just
Adam Doral asked him.
Yeah.
And then in the army, people started calling me Beck.
Okay.
And so I just.
Adam Doral asked if you're still wearing peel-on pants.
Adam, yes.
Yes.
You missed the first part of the show, brother.
They're
The
so
pants are
tight.
even tighter this time because I think I gained weight.
Yeah.
I also went to legs yesterday, so I feel a little swollen.
Yeah.
You do that. You do CrossFit.
Now, what he means to say is that he lifted his legs.
Yeah. They're tight. Yeah.
Well, anyways, is anybody else coming on? Is Mike gonna come
Yeah,
on?
yeah. I'm gonna go
So
take
as
Mike.
Colin is
Not that we're
ready,
done talking
we're going to grab Kyle. And then after Kyle will be Mike. Mike just went downstairs to the interview.
All right. Let's do it. We'll bring Kyle on here just a minute.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's
Yeah.
probably pretty small.
We gotta let him schmooze for a minute.
Well, he got ahead of schedule.
Dude,
and I know
Hold
this.
on.
Let him get
Hold
it.
on. Let's take a moment. We did it last time.
How gorgeous he is.
But that butt,
That was a
like,
kid.
it's a good butt.
He's got like
this is like a
volleyball girl butt.
oh yeah,
for sure. He's got a squat butt.
I like the
Yeah.
fact that he's got the whole look going. He's got like the hair.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine on the bicycle.
It's like
just
it looks like
waving.
Well, that's why
and he's got like this semi.
He almost got kidnapped on the route.
This, oh, I know. With the guy with the bloody hand. I saw that. Yeah.
So-
Like, I'd wear his
Guy rocks on
skin.
that squat butt on the back of the bike seat.
I mean, he
I'd
does-
wear Kyle's skin. I would. I bet
I don't
he
do like
lotions.
days like he does.
Yeah, but he's been doing it for the last month.
Yeah,
Like
no off days, 0 off days.
Well, he got here early. And I noticed on his sleeve he's sponsored by Fire Department Coffee.
Yep.
So just so everybody knows who they are, it's a first responder run organization. And they've actually sent veteran trash trucks and samples, and they're going to come on the bike show.
Okay, awesome.
And we're going to do a morning show. We're going to drink their coffee.
Okay, legit. That's cool, man.
Again, they support this mission, so if you want to support people,
They're vet owned too.
huh?
Navy veteran owned.
Yeah.
And they're actually from Illinois. I believe they're a lot of their
I think
main,
Kyle's about to come
their main guys are actually from in and around Bloomington.
We'd rather talk to Kyle.
area.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Kyle's up to hop on, boys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, you're good. Talk later.
Thanks so much, man. Hey, wait, if you guys need a refill, let me know.
Okay, thanks. We're putting it on your tab anyway. It's fine.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
it is what it
There he is.
is. There he is. The man is here.
Right?
The man, the myth, as a legend.
And he's riding the whole way in Bougie.
Yeah, we're seeing him.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Nick, man.
What's going
Good to
on,
see you in
man?
person, brother. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Sore?
So,
Sore, very sore.
So other than the kidnapping, how's the ride?
Oh, it's good. I mean, I saw a pretty big black bear.
Yeah.
He was like 5 feet away from me. Then it stopped.
Wait, what do you do
Staring.
for black bears? I know,
know.
like
I
for
don't know.
brown bears or like grizzlies, you're supposed to like make yourself big. I think for black ones, you just go into the fetal position.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Blackbirds are
Yeah.
Brown bears are
Yeah.
as an RI in Florida, there are blackbirds down there.
Oh yeah.
When the berries
We had one on the camp when we were at Have Ace. Oh, so it was chow
I
thieves.
was in here at nighttime, like, what is it? You know, and it's a bear going through the rust.
Yeah.
Cow. But, talk about the kidnapping.
All right, so I don't even know. I think it was like right outside Plymouth, Ohio.
Of course, it's in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, last trip, I almost got like with a beer bottle. I got almost stabbed underneath the Cincinnati Bridge. So, Ohio's scary.
Maybe you
man.
just go around it. You're already going 3,700 miles.
As long as I'm not going through Memphis.
What's going around Ohio? Not a big deal.
Nick Money. But it's flat, so I like that. But yeah, the kidnapping. So the guy was like, like 7 feet tall. Hands probably like 3 times the size. The thing is, he passed me and I waved and I thought he knew me. That's why I stopped. You know, so I can talk to every stranger. So I stopped and he came right out. He just like stood up. Yeah.
So they started getting in line. Talk to strangers.
I'm very.
Did he tell you he had candy?
No.
It's like, I've got bananas and Powerade right here at the house.
Yeah, it was instant. Do you want to come into my house? It was just like right off the bat. And he had his like hand and he was dripping blood. And I was like,
So what you're saying is you used a little bit of common sense. And you're like, nah, it's good.
just a tiny bit, but he came right at me. And he's like, all right, I can see you're kind of in the rush. And then he went like this. And then he grabbed my hand. Like, so I was trying to fist pound him. I'm not sure. I'm like, okay, this is going to be the end of the ordeal, right? No, man. He grabbed right onto my wrist. He's like, oh, you sure you need to go somewhere? I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah,
You're bleeding,
I do.
dude.
Yeah, so like, I'm not ashamed of it at all. That was the weirdest part. Like,
Yeah.
he knew he was bleeding. He didn't care if I knew. So that scared me.
Yeah, he gave 0 fucks.
He had no care in the world. So that scared me.
Buddy said before when we were riding up on the Maddox Mile that you just call people, don't donate to this. You're a bad person.
You are. Or share.
We do that on our show. We just call people out. But like I said, if you can't donate, share. If you don't believe in our mission, which that makes you a moron as well, you just violate the principle of patrol. Donate to the face. All right.
Look at this.
Look at this face. Like if you don't donate just to the face, like what are you?
You're lucky. You're lucky we don't have him turn
Like, just
around
believe in
and
this.
just show you with blood.
Oh,
Because if
if
he
you
did,
show us that
the money would just pour in. Yeah, we had the shorts on. You had the padded shorts, so that gave you extra $1. That's almost like, well, it's not really false advertising, but it's close.
It helps us. And, what about your tats? Because the tats always tell a story. What's your Saturday podcast? Which one? Is there one you want to talk about on the show? Maybe that means a lot to you, or is it a place we can't look at? But I'll look at it.
I mean, I got that's how we got a dig on my stomach.
Nice. That's great.
No. I just got that from my childhood stuff. I mean, all of it's pretty much like all my pain. Everyone's got a story. I don't know. My life is a mess. And that's how I kind of just tell my story.
Everyone's life's a mess. It's at some point, and then they just, like I said, it's that action that we were talking about earlier, Brian. It's like, what are you going to do to be something? So what you're doing is phenomenal. We share it as much as we can, but you're our brother. All right, we spilled the same blood, the same dirt, and what you're doing is just like, I hope that everybody gives you a penny of mine.
I hope so. Cool. I mean, it means so. I mean, this is a huge thing.
I noticed that when you were leaving Boston, that you were telling your wife and kids goodbye. And I was like, how is that stuff?
That's my ex-wife.
Which is even more bawling. Like, how's all of that going? How's keeping in touch with?
I video chat them once a week. Usually I have like one day off a week because that's why I've been pushing so hard. So I can have those days off, so I can speak to my kids and relax or even one day. It's just all day, so 8 to 10 hours a day riding. Non-stop.
I did.
No matter what.
I thought I was gonna be a big baller, and I was like, I'm gonna. So Mike and Colin started this ice bath challenge BS, and I was like, whatever. So it's like Kyle's riding 70 miles a day. I'll ride 70 miles in a day.
Yeah.
And then dude, I couldn't walk right for days. Like, my tape's just now recovering.
Yeah.
Like, I
saw
can't imagine riding 70 to 150 miles every single.
I just donated the money. I
Take it,
took it
Dude,
Yeah.
it hurt so bad. It was the ice bath was actually the best part of the entire challenge because it allowed me to recover a little bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, and it kind of went numb. Then again, I'm a little bit harder than you though because I did it on a stationary bike, so it's boring too. I didn't have bears and kidnappers like some baby. Like, you had something to take your mind off of.
Oh man, yeah. There's so many. I mean, even in the farmland, there's huge trucks coming at you. With like huge tires kicking up dust, and people will, because they go slow, so people will go out in the dust in the other lane, and I'm right there. Like the day before I got here, like I almost got ran over. I was just so close to the side mirror. It's like you have to watch out for people.
Yeah.
It's the people that you have to watch out for, not just the miles. It's people trying to pick you up. People get weird. Out there.
Well, you're riding your bicycle across an entire country.
Yeah.
You're just statistically speaking,
You're gonna get hit.
you're gonna bump into some weirdos.
And I swear
Apparently,
my bicycle app,
maybe
like,
they're
takes me
mostly located in Ohio. And you know what? If you're in Ohio, prove us wrong. Donate.
Yeah, donate Ohio.
What are you doing?
You
Text
do.
801 or Warrior 801
But hey,
801.
if you're anywhere near Bloomington, we're going to be here all day, right? So come out and support us, support Kyle, support his mission. He's doing this to honor lots of fallen brothers and sisters, but specifically today with Sergeant Anthony Maddox's family. And I mean, if you've never, it's for the civilians out there watching, if you've never actually seen, and you see that a lot of people that were affected, like Buddy talked about earlier, where it's like it's not just the mom and dad that are affected; it's the whole community of that person, and that could range thousands,
Brothers,
million
sisters,
people,
yeah.
and so that help that we can give you isn't free. So we appreciate what you're doing for everybody. And like I said, we like to vet people on Veteran Trash Talk as far as like who to donate to, and because a lot of people have questions about it, especially civilians. Guys, this is legit. This is real. I think we're gonna have Sergeant Anthony's parents on.